What's going on? Gonna do kind of a hike and a conversation video here. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I got quite a few things to talk about, and I do have a tendency to ramble. So if you see some weird editing in this, I'm just cutting out all the rambling. So I guess what has 2020 taught me? Let's do it as a challenge. I'm tagging everybody. What has 2020 taught you? 2020 has taught me that if you look up Murphy's Law in a dictionary, it probably now says refer to 2020. It's been a crazy year all the way around. And if it could go wrong, it probably has. So for me, I was furloughed for 6 months from my day job that I work at night. And then just as I got called back to that in the beginning of October, my house got invaded by squirrels. I rent a house. My landlord lives like 3 hours away, so he's got a property manager. And there's no attic access in my house. At one point they redid it and they just sheetrocked over it. I guess they didn't want people going up there. But there's no way to get into the attic. So squirrels have to run around. I couldn't get them out. I told the property manager, who, he didn't really know what to do. I don't think he knows what property management really means. But I won't get into that. But it took almost a month for some kind of fix to be like really put in place, and it's held for probably about a week now, which is good. The squirrels are still trying to figure out how to get in there. But so I had almost a straight month where I was working until 1 a.m. and then getting woken up at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning with squirrels running around over my head. And the most frustrating thing was nobody seemed like they wanted to fix it. So I was, if you watch the Thunder Swamp video, I didn't talk in that video, but there's points where I'm on camera and the look on my face is just like, I wasn't having a bad time on the trip. I was just exhausted. So that whole experience, going back to my day job and just kind of getting back into working for somebody else after 6 months of just doing my own thing. And it just really brought back to mind why I left my last job and started doing my own thing, and what my new job was supposed to be about. It was just supposed to be pay the bills as I grow my business, but they literally yesterday told me that job should be my main focus, should be my my priority. It's not. They think that's success, making them grow. That's not success for me. What I'm doing now is success. So I've got a lot of stuff to think about here, but it's compounded with the house problem, just the normal ins and outs of corporate business, working for a large corporation, and hearing they are the most important thing spiel all the time. And an offer that I've got to go do something that I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. A friend of mine reached out and was like, hey, here's an opportunity. Gonna make it pretty hard to pass up. You interested? And at the time, when it was first offered, I'm like, well, I got the house and I got, work to go back to, and I got all this stuff, and I don't care about two of those things now. So there's a pretty good possibility you're gonna see some different surroundings on my side of the camera here in the not too distant future, and I'm very excited about it. I'm working out a few last things, just more mental preparation of doing just one of these kind of like, all right, I'm out, and just doing it. It's a tricky proposition, but saying that, it's not going to change. I'm not ditching Hemlock Mountain Outdoors. I can still do that the way this is kind of being proposed, this opportunity. So I can still do that, and I'm not going to change what I'm doing on the channel. I always change a little bit. I try to look for new ways to film and new locations. So in that respect, yeah, those things, the constant changes will always change. Heading down to a reservoir, but The conversation I had at work last night made me realize that the steps I've been taking for the past probably month and a half to 2 months to remove myself from the need to rely on someone else's business makes me realize that somehow I knew the universe was like, hey, start getting ready, changes are coming. I think just the 2020 in general has put that thought process in my head. Self-sufficiency is probably better than relying on somebody else's motives and self-entitled desires. So to that end, how you like my t-shirt? Like that? I really like this t-shirt. I've started offering merch again on my website. I'll put the link down in the bottom, zitzelman.com. I've had that for a long time. It was a way to keep family in touch before social media really was a thing, and then I've kind of kept that as a companion to the YouTube channel, but now I'm kind of rolling down a hill. Now I'm kind of trying to be more active with it. I'm posting better and more trip data, so a lot of videos, if you go into the descriptions recently, you'll see a link to trip data. It'll give you the GPS file as a download. You want to download that. GPS information for like the trailheads, maps, links to maps, just basic information. Things like if I went to a trail and there was like Chuck Hyper Trail, all the trees are down. Just basic information about that. Now I want to do more with that, link to the videos and things like that. But I'd start doing the merch thing again. So a little less big dumb face logo stuff going on. Usually just like a KZO in there somewhere. But a little more outdoor geared designs. And so yeah, so if you're looking for an outdoors t-shirt, I would appreciate it. If you're looking for a hammock, check out Hemlock Mountain Outdoors too. I don't usually plug Hemlock Mountain Outdoors in my videos, but hey, why not? Because if you get a hammock from Hemlock Mountain Outdoors, I made it. Not somebody overseas or a machine somewhere. Me. These hands are holding this water bottle and this camera right now. Make all that gear that goes out, except for t-shirts. I don't make the t-shirts, but all that gear that goes out, I make. So, and I use it in real world situations. The videos you see me do are made with gear that I make. So if you're looking for gear, hit me up. That's my advertisement, my own company. Is that wrong? But so yeah, I'm doing that with the t-shirts. But it's been in my mind for a while. I finally pulled the trigger on it actually yesterday before I went to work, and then I had that conversation with this guy at work, and I was like, oh, that was the right move. I launched a Patreon. I don't have a lot going on with it right now, but I've got ideas. Got ideas, man. I would like to do additional content, because sometimes when I'm out, I might film for days, and trying to get days worth of content into even an hour-long video, sometimes it's difficult. So I can do other content, behind the scenes stuff, and I would like to bring back the Outcast in some shape or form. My idea right now is as a podcast, maybe a video podcast to make it easy to get on YouTube, but also in an audio version. I guess it depends I guess it depends on what people do. If they'd rather watch a video or listen to an audio, I guess I could do both. But there is a podcast I listen to. It's not outdoors related. It's called Mysterious Universe, and they're based out of Australia. But I really like the way that they do theirs. They've got just really interesting content, but they do a free version, so you can download their free podcast. And it's like sometimes like an hour long, the podcast, and then they also do a subscription based podcast. They call their Plus podcast, but you get like another hour, sometimes more, additional on to the free podcast. And then they also do a second podcasts every week just for people who subscribe. So you get all kinds of cool stuff. And I thought, you know, I kind of like that, because I could just ramble on forever. Not everybody wants to listen to a couple hours, but if you do, maybe I could do a free and have an extended version as part of the Patreon thing. So I'm still working that out, but yeah, it would be nice, because KZO is kind of a nice companion thing to do along with Hemlock Mountain, because the two are related, and I can get to places and record for KZO and test and do stuff like that for Hemlock Mountain, and it works out well. So I know some people kind of cringe when they hear people want to monetize, and I don't see anything wrong with it. So I do have more plans for what I'm going to do with the Patreon site, and we'll see. I'm not going to rely on it. Just another avenue for me to maybe do more of this more consistently. So thanks for checking this one out and listening to me ramble a little bit. I'll put the links to my website and the Patreon page down there. If you want, go check them out, see what you think. If you got any ideas for something better with the trip reports, information you'd like to see, let me know. Or, you know, just general stuff for the enjoyability of the content I put up, because I do this for myself because I like the creative process, but you're the ones who are watching it. So let me know, and I'll see you in the next.